Hello and welcome to episode 242 of the Daily Sales Message, where every single day, well, at the moment, I seem to be telling people off every day. This is the third in a 3-day stint of me telling you what you shouldn't do, and you're probably getting things wrong. So apologies about that. But generally, this is a sales podcast. I share sales tips, techniques and advice, strategies, insight stories, all this kind of good stuff from my own experience and the experience of my clients. It's all free, it's all practical, and it's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. Because I don't know about you, most of the people that I come across literally, and I mean this respectfully, they literally don't know what to do or what to say when it comes to selling. And I've turned that into paint by numbers. I've made it as easy and as kind of step by step as possible for people to follow that. Anyway, in today's episode, it's part 3 of our Telling Off trilogy. What you should not do when you're following people up, or a particular kind of follow-up that isn't a follow-up. And man, oh man, this one grinds my gears. And there's literally on your keyboard, there is a, where is it? There it is. On the keyboard, it's that key there, the question mark key. A question mark, a single question mark, or lots of question marks, even worse, that is not a follow-up. That's not a follow-up. That's rude. That is confrontational. You're everything about that stinks, basically. I've had people send me a single question mark, multiple, or my absolute favorite, James, question mark, as though I owe them something. I don't know who you are. I don't owe you a response, and neither do the people that you're outreaching to. They don't owe you a response. If you behave in that way like they do, it's not the best way to start a relationship, is it? A question mark is not a follow-up. I can't believe I have to say that to people. I can't believe this actually happens in the real world. A question mark is not a follow-up. All it tells me is you can't think of anything constructive or better to say, so you're doing that. Also, it's very easy for you just to send a single question mark to 100 people in a day, whatever you're doing. But please, a question mark is not a follow-up. There's much more intelligent ways of following people up. I have a particular course on this. Much more intelligent ways of doing it. You don't have to touch base. You don't have to check in. You certainly don't have to send question marks to people, etc. But just remember, and I covered this in a couple of previous episodes, behavior is a language, okay? Behavior is a language. If somebody's not coming back to you, they're probably not interested, and it's probably not a priority for them right now. Just remember that. They're very unlikely to come back and say, oh, thank you for your completely uninvited email, James. I hope you're well and business is good. Unfortunately, we'd not be interested. When was the last time you sent that to somebody when you weren't interested in something? You don't, right? Because you haven't got the time. So you just go, I don't want that. I'm just going to ignore it. That's our way of responding to it. We have responded to that message because we've ignored it. Behavior is a language. However, for some people, they're like, I had one guy actually said to me, guys, sorry, it's a real ranty episode today. I had one guy actually said, like, I will keep following you up until you tell me to stop. It's like, wow, what kind of an approach is that? Like, surely when you're trying to sell to somebody, create a relationship with them, it should be built of trust and respect. You actually got to like the person. This guy's essentially said, I'm going to make a nuisance of myself unless you buy or tell me to stop. Right? Even if I was desperate for what you need, I'm not buying it. That's a really, really terrible approach. Anyway, the thing I'm telling off in this episode for is sending a question mark. So if you've ever done it, oh my goodness, please don't ever do it again. Single question mark, multiple, James with a question mark, all of this stuff. It's just aggravating, basically. And you know that's true because think if you're on the receiving end of that message, if I'm outreaching you, I go, James, or your name, obviously, question mark. Are you going to like that? Are you going to be annoyed by that? You'll probably be annoyed by that, I should imagine. Right. Thus concludes, let's have a look. Yes, brilliant. Thus concludes our Telling Off trilogy, the last 3 episodes. I've just ranted and told you off, basically. Please come back. It gets better, I promise. We'll talk about more upbeat things. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about a better way of explaining something. Most people just explain things in their business. I've got I think it's better. You tell me tomorrow. I've got a much better way of explaining things than most people. And it's quite simple to do, really. But tune in tomorrow to find out more about that. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit the like or subscribe button or comment somewhere around the video. Interact with us in some way. It helps us to reach more people and share more practical tips, strategies, and advice. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end of my ranty episode today. I'll catch you tomorrow.